This is a new segment that I want to try where I give you brief updates on things that we've already tested, like the Ruger RXM, giving you updates on where we're at and how the process is going with us working with Ruger to figure out the issues with this. Or we'll give you a really quick review of a product that we've tested, but we weren't able to get a full review on just because of time constraints, or it just wasn't something that we were able to really do a full review on because it's something really small, but a product that I think is worthy of letting you guys know. We're going to put them all in this video. It's going to be really simply done. We can change things and update things as these go. I don't have a name for it yet, so if you guys have a cool name or something that you think would be fun for this, go ahead and put that in the comments. I'm open for suggestions. We'll start bi-weekly. If these are really popular, we'll do them weekly, or we'll adjust the schedule as things go, because I get a lot of really cool things in, and unfortunately, I just don't have time to be able to review everything and get a full video out to you guys, but it would be fun to be able to give you my thoughts on them in one condensed thing. Like, for instance, the RXM. A lot has happened since that review video, but I don't really have a way to tell you guys that. It's not information to make a whole video on it, but why not throw it here in these brief update videos? Or like these new bags from No Surrender Gear that I've been trying out. They're really cool bags, but I don't have enough time with them to give you a full review, but I do want to share the information about them. Or the Meprolight optics. I keep getting asked about them a lot because you guys have been seeing them a ton. It's because I'm really trying to test those, because that has been one of the most asked about optics recently. So I've been trying to put them on all different types of builds to really thoroughly test them. I'm not quite there yet for a full video, but I would love to update you, and we're going to do that in this video. Here is a list of all the products that we are going to talk about real quickly, and I hope you guys enjoy this segment. Let me know in the comments what you think about it, and also let me know a name, but let's get right into this. My thought process is everything in this video is going to get 30 seconds to a minute. This one's going to be a little bit longer because obviously I'm explaining to you the process, but I think it'll be a lot of fun. So first, Ruger. This is the RXM. Last time we had 15 malfunctions and 300 rounds. We went out and did some further testing. I swapped frames and the slides because I thought maybe we could start isolating the issue. Continue to have the same problems with them swapped. Now, everybody in the video in the comments kept telling me, well, it's the screws. The right screw causes that plunger not to work in the ejector. And I can see where a lot of people thought that could be the issue, but with this specific model, the cut for the optics plate is different than the actual optics you put on it, so that screw hole doesn't affect anything. But what I did is I took that optics plate off. Now, the weirdest thing happened. I stopped having malfunctions. I then put the optics plate back on, hoping that maybe we would start having malfunctions and we could start narrowing it down. Continued to have no malfunctions. So we had about 150 rounds of zero malfunctions after taking the optics plate off and then putting it back on. So we're currently in talks with Ruger, and we're trying to work on a resolution with this and figure out what's going on. So we're probably gonna get another slide or another gun and start testing that, but I will keep you guys updated on that. Just got into this really cool custom Glock 19, had a bunch of different companies a part of it. I'm gonna put all the companies right here because there's a ton of them, but this is a really sharp looking sight. So we got a Hawk Armory slide on here, a Shogun Customs grip. They actually did a custom stippling to this. This is actually the first time they've ever done this stippling, and they made it unique for this build, so they're now offering that on their website. We got a Goon Beam, a Gideon, my actual first Gideon optic. I've been really curious about trying those for a while, so I'll be able to give you guys more information as I continue to test those. Tag precision sights, and this whole gun as a whole just looks really sharp. The slide cut, the stippling, the Cerakote. So there'll be more information on this gun after I'm able to shoot more rounds through it. Let's just keep the trend of Glock 19 style guns. So this is the new Hawk Armory slide barrel with their port up front. It's got like a tri-port, really sharp looking. This actually matches really well with the new EOTech knife from Tecto Knives. There's a code there that you guys are able to use to be able to save some money on their pocket knives, and that is site wide for them as well. But I think the combination of these two looks really cool with that bronze accenting. Those are three of the new builds that we're really working on and testing that are in the testing phase, but not quite to the review phase. Two more handguns that are in the review phase. We have the Shalotek and the Canik TTI. Now, what I kind of want to use this as well is to find out what people really want to see first. So in the comments, please let me know, like, okay, no, we want to see the Shalotek first, like really work on that. So then I'll start putting more rounds towards this to get this video out sooner than the other one. So this is also going to be used to see what you, the viewers, are interested in seeing. Now, give me an idea of what I should be working on primarily. You know, if you guys tell me like, I don't really care about the Canik, there's plenty of videos on it, I don't want to see it. Okay, I'll slow down testing on that, and I'll start working on something that you care a little bit more about, like the Shalotek. Like, there's not as many videos about this, and this is an incredible gun. This is like a love child between a 2011 and a SIG X Macro. And gosh dang it, is this thing cool, and it shoots really well. Then the Canik TTI, I'm just in the beginning stages of this one. I just started, but my first Canik, and I probably shouldn't have got the most tricked out one. I probably should have went a little more chill at first, but this is what we got. So these are the two of the new ones that are in the testing phase as well. My brief first impressions of the Shalotek. I love the comfort of it. It feels good. It shoots incredibly well. No malfunctions so far in the first 150. We've got a really large gas pedal here on the left that's actually integrated into the frame that I think is really cool. Really nice grip texture, large mag well that might be a little bit too big for concealed carry, but we'll see once I get my holster in for that, because you have to get a different holster because of the gas pedal. But I really like the ports. I like the slide cuts. I really like what Shalotek is doing. I think it's a really cool look, and it also functions as good as it looks, which is a lot of times what you're looking for with a gun like this is, yeah, it looks great, but does it actually function? This one does. We got a couple other things to briefly touch on before we get onto the Meprolight optics. I know that's what a lot of people are interested in. So these are the new no surrender gear bags. So I really like this one. This one's more of one that I think would be like a daily carry bag. I really like the buckles on these. The bags itself look really high quality made. So far, I've not had any issues with them. They have some really nice pouches and features. If you guys have any interest in how we'll do more of a breakdown of the actual bags themselves. But so far in testing, they have been really good. That's really the biggest thing with bags. When I test these, it's kind of hard to test. It's really just something you just got to use the bag and see if you like the pouches and the pockets, and the quality is good. That's really a big thing with these is the stitching good. A lot of this is going to come down to a personal preference though, because when it comes to bags, I don't carry the same stuff you carry. I don't have the same laptop or the same booklets or the same occupation or the same schooling that you go to that you might need a bag for specific things. So this one's a little more of like a duffel style. So you have that grab handle here, and then you can drop these to really open that up, and then you have a super large pouch on top, so you're able to use this as more like a carry-on. But I'm testing both of these currently, and again, so far quality looks good, and I'm excited to see how those continue to test. Vertex clothes, just got in some new one of these, wanted to touch on their new shirts. So they just released these. These are like almost like what you'd see like fishermen go out with, real lightweight, real stretchy, but they've got long sleeve versions of these. They have short sleeve versions, and these are called the Journey Fit shirts, and they've got their new pants they've just released. These are the Trail Slacker pants. So these are just like their normal material, nice and stretchy, slim fit. They've got nice pockets here on the legs, and they've got all your like cell phone pockets at the back where you can put AR-15 magazines. They've got a couple different colors. So those are some new ones that I just got in. As you can tell, the tags are still on them. I have a couple other Trail Slacker pants, and I've had these shirts for about a month now, but they just got in some new ones. So they sent me those ones over, which is cool. But love Vertex stuff. Code Tactical Advisor will save you 15% on anything at Vertex. And if you guys go to my website, tacticaladvisor.net, you're gonna find a ton of discounts and links and everything on there that you guys are really gonna wanna use that are super helpful. Another company is incredibly nice. As you guys know, Brownells. Make sure you guys go to my website, tacticaladvisor.net, find out how nice they are and how you can be nice to them. But they've been incredibly helpful in everything that they do, and I appreciate them for that. Last bit of clothing before we go into the Meprolight optics. These are the Action Heat shirts. I've been using these for the last 2 months, and when it comes to wintertime, these things are awesome. So they're heated clothing, and they use these little battery packs. You just plug it in, and then you can dial here to hot, medium, and cool. But these things have been cool. So I got an undershirt, I got a jacket, I got a blanket, I got foot warmers, which don't work super well. I have to really figure those out. Not a big fan of those ones right now. I'm kind of, I don't know, I was really excited about those ones. They didn't work out as really well as I wanted them to. But this one is an undershirt. I think is a must-have for anybody that's in a colder climate that likes to go outside and be active. You are able to turn it off if you don't want to and just wear it as an undershirt, or you can turn it on and get a really quick boost of heat. And they've been great so far. So I'm really a big fan of those, and they're licensed with the NFL, so you guys can get all your favorite teams, which is pretty cool as well. All right, let's talk about the Meprolight optics now. I know that's what everyone is interested in hearing about, and why I think these segments are gonna be a lot of fun, because we can hit on things and keep you guys updated. I really wanna get this video right for the full review, so I do not want to rush this video on these optics. This is one of the most popular and one I get asked the most questions about. This is the M22 with the polarizer up front. You've got the shade, the sunshade, with the battery pack on here. So this only runs off a fiber optic up front, so you don't have to have batteries on it, but people wanted batteries because they're like, well, when the fiber optic's like at a different lighting, you can't see it really well. So that's where the polarizer came into play, where you're able to rotate that and get a sunshade, and it darkens it to allow you to have that adjustment. But then people were like, well, we also want a battery adjustment to be able to change the brightness. So then they came with this housing that you could put over top of it, gives you a battery and the ability to actually change that reticle in the brightness. So I thought that was a really cool addition. It does make it a lot more expensive, but the optic itself has been really good. I've been rotating this on a ton of guns, but a lot of the comments are like, man, how much is Meprolight paying you to get all this FaceTime? Well, to be completely transparent with you, they're not paying me anything. I just really want to test these optics thoroughly, and the best way to do that is put that on multiple different guns that I'm testing so I can get a really good idea on them before I get a full video on them. What would be honestly an injustice for me to do for you guys is just throw it on this gun, shoot 500 rounds through it, and be like, all right, it's good enough. No, I'm going to put it on 6 different guns, shoot 500 rounds a piece. That gives me a ton more rounds through this to be able to really get a good idea on it to get you the best and most honest review possible on them. So this is the new enclosed optic from Meprolight, and I gotta say, I hate the fact that the plate system they are running makes it so high. I think it looks really goofy. I think they need to fix that and make these optics sit lower. It's already a very large optic, and that just ruins it. The look of it, the function of it, everything works pretty good, and so far is going well. I will say the battery life on these things is atrocious for the first batteries. Now, I have talked with them, and they said that they are now going to be replacing that. They said the batteries they were putting in them originally weren't super good batteries. That's why you're getting a really bad battery life. So they're going to be changing that. So you should be seeing better battery life from the start, and I've just replaced all the batteries in them, and so far I haven't had any problems since doing that, but the initial battery life was bad. Now, why I think a lot of people are so curious about these optics is because originally the optics had some issues. They weren't very strong, they weren't durable, and a lot of them were polymer, and it just kind of raised a question. Now, I will say so far I haven't had any durability issues. I can see there being some later down the road if I were doing some more stressful testing on them. But my initial impressions on these are much better than the first ones. I think they're going in the right direction. I think Meprolight has some really solid optics so far. If they could fix some small things, I think the Gen 2s or whatever the next generation from these are going to be significantly better because I think they've got a great start. There's a couple things I'd like to see fixed. Now, this one here has to be my favorite optic, I think, out of all the ones I have tested recently, just because one, it looks cool, it's unique, it's different, I like that. It looks really cool on most of the guns I've put it on, and honestly, it's gotten a lot of attention from a lot of people. It has a quick detach mount up there. I like the fiber optic. I think that's neat that you don't have to have a battery, but I like the option to be able to choose to a battery if you wanted to. So if the sunlight's not the way you want it, you can change it to the battery part or just rotate your diffuser or polarizer. I always call it a diffuser, I don't know why. Your polarizer, and you're good to go. So that's just an add-on. It's something that you can just twist off. So this video went a lot longer than most of these are going to go. The goal is to keep these sub 10 minutes, maybe around like the 6 to 8 minutes. I want to just get a really brief overview of all the things that we're doing. Some will be a little bit longer. This one obviously is longer because I had to explain what we were doing and why we were doing it. I would love to get your feedback, guys. What's your thought process? Give me some constructive criticism. If you liked a certain section, say why you liked it. If you didn't like it, please be honest with me because I can't improve it and make this better and better for the viewers if I don't know the honest opinions. If you think it's dumb, let me know. That's okay. We'll figure it out. We'll change some things and make this work because I think this segment makes sense. Unfortunately, while I'm still working full-time at the sheriff's office, I can't put out as many videos as I want to. I'm not feasibly able to test that many and have family time that I want to. I think this segment makes sense and allows me to be able to get some content out to you guys with some of the things that we're working on without doing full videos and having as much time. Because it takes me anywhere from 5 to 15 hours to film, edit, and do all the stuff for a video. That's a single video. So it's a lot of time on top of working full-time and everything else that I do. So hope you guys understand that. Hope you guys enjoy the fact that I'm trying to find something that we can make this work and get you guys more content. I also do live streaming and podcasting every Saturday at 10 a.m. Eastern on Rumble and X. I stream it on both of them. I would love for you guys to join there. Eventually, we're going to get those on Spotify and everywhere else. So I would love for you guys to check those segments out. And I would love constructive criticism, whether it's good or bad. I just want to try to make this segment as good as possible for the viewers. I appreciate you all so much. Thank you.